Welcome to the Tech Meme Ride Home.
Podcaster Brian McCullough has moved from the studio to his home, where he hosts 2 podcasts a day.
Tech earnings season is back, and this one's going to be a humdinger.
His Ride Home media company produces 5 different podcasts, including Tech Meme Ride Home, which draws in around 50,000 listeners per episode. But he says since the COVID-19 outbreak, downloads for all his different shows put together are down 10 to 15%.
You would assume that, if people only get to listen to podcasts when they have the time, well, now in theory, they have all this time maybe, so they would listen to podcasts more. I guess that's not true, but the intention is that you listen on your commute home, and people don't have commutes now. When we're all stuck at home, you think, well, now we have all this me time to us. But no, all that means is that you're stuck with only work and only checking the internet and only the kids bugging you.
Dave Zorrib does a podcast about the podcasting industry.
And we're here at Charitable headquarters in New York City.
Zorrib runs Charitable, a podcasting analytics company. He says industry downloads are down 10 to 20%.
The traffic pattern for weekdays looks a lot more like weekends now, right? Because weekends are kind of a baseline of listening. It's totally optional. Most people aren't commuting on a weekend. And so the weekdays are looking more like weekends.
But in times of crisis, there is also opportunity.
Simple testing is proving problematic. Businesses are looking to fill the testing gaps. And it turns out Americans are pretty good at social distancing.
McCullough recently added the Coronavirus Morning Report, which quickly became his second highest rated show.
The interesting thing about that is we didn't do anything. Like, we turned that show on, and in 48 hours, we had 30,000 listeners. So that show kind of grew via word of mouth.
Zorrib says a few other genres have managed to shine in these dark times, especially comedy.
The Roomba people sent me a zombie Roomba.
That's crazy.
It was a Roomba with a special zombie design on it.
This is a time where all podcast listening, more or less, is elective, meaning that I'm choosing to put this on. And that's why the escapist concept makes sense, that people are tuning to comedians or other kinds of entertainment because you just want a break from all the doom and gloom that's out there, right?
Charitable CEO Dave Zorrib says there has been a recent increase in the number of shows submitted to podcast directories. While it's possible that could dilute audiences, he points out there are only around 1 million podcasts compared to more than 30 million YouTube channels. So he believes there's still plenty of opportunity for creative content to draw in new listeners. Mark New, CGTN, Sunnyvale, California.